Hey guys, thank you once again just for tuning in to my YouTube channel. So today I had to go and get a funky background for you guys to catch you guys' attention, right? Because I'm going to be talking about voting. Yes, I'm sure you have been hit over the head with all these PSAs about voting. Now, I wanted to make sure that I got you guys' attention and told you guys to vote, because I've heard a lot of crazy things from different people. I personally do not have a political party. I refuse to be a part of any type of gang, street or otherwise, right? I'm just saying, red and blue, right? So I want you guys to go out and vote, not based off of you guys' political party, but based off of the candidate who's going to do the job for you. And I mean from the top down. And that means making sure that you're having officials who are fighting for you on the front lines, right? You want to make sure that you pick the proper DA. You want to make sure that you vote for the right propositions. You want to make sure that you are voting for local government officials who are making sure that they're doing their job for your community. And that doesn't mean the city you live in, right? Like, if you're disabled, you're a part of the disability community. If you're gay, you're part of the LGBTQ community. And you want to make sure that you're picking a politician who is fighting for you, who's not fighting against you. Just because you feel like the red party or the blue party or the black party, the white party, whatever it is has your loyalty, that doesn't mean that they're doing the job for you. Now, one of the craziest things that I've heard from somebody is that they're gonna vote a particular kind of way because even though that party isn't really doing anything to help them, they don't need the help because they don't rely on the government to help them for nothing. Boo-boo, let me tell you something. When this pandemic hit, everybody was relying on the government to step in and do something. Local, state, nationwide, we were looking for help, we were looking for leadership, and we were looking for people to help us during this pandemic. People needed mental health support. People needed groceries. People needed financial help. People needed babysitters. People needed childcare, anything. A lot of the rules and regulations that happened during the pandemic from the top down just didn't make any sense as far as how they were trying to help people. But, young moms were still having to take their kids into COVID infested streets and into grocery stores because they no longer had childcare. So a lot of things were just happening to our country, especially this year. If at any time you didn't think how much we needed each other, or you didn't think how much you needed your local government or local representative to speak up on your behalf, like this year should have been eye-opening. And yes, we may feel like our vote doesn't count, but why be silent? Why be complacent? Why not try to make change happen? And that is why it is important. And when you're voting for people, think about your own particular situation. Think about your loved ones. Think about yourself. Are you on Medicare? Are you on Social Security? Are you using Comfort California? Are you using anything else funded by the government? Think about those things. And make sure you get to know the candidates, not just based off of a debate, but based off of you Googling them your own self. Not what you find out on Facebook, not what you find out on social media or anything like that, but make sure you get to know those candidates your own self. DM them, send an email, make a phone call. Make sure that they're answering those hard questions that you are asking. I know the election is only a couple weeks away, but it's not too late to make sure that you are picking the right politician. Do your research on the props. Don't just follow off of those commercials, all those sad commercials. Some people say, hey, vote no, vote yes. Do what makes sense for you. Do what makes sense for your loved ones. Maybe you are an independent driver. Maybe someone you know is. Ask them, do you want to be independent, or do you want to, actually have a job with these companies? Ask them about these things that are on your ballot. Ask real people. Ask the people who are running. Because if we just think that this is any other election and we just don't vote, or we just vote uneducated, that's going to shoot our own selves in the foot. We're suffering this year. All of us have been affected by this pandemic in one way or the other. So do you think just because 2021 that it's just automatically going to get better without any work that's going to be put in? We need to know what work these people are going to put in. After all, for everyone that I know saying they don't need government assistance or they don't need this or they don't need that, like maybe you don't. But do you not realize that the taxes you pay when you buy something at a store, the taxes you pay when you get yourself a car, or the taxes you pay for your house, or the taxes you pay at any given time, the service fees for your own cell phone. You're paying not only a cell phone company, but you're paying the government too to have that cell phone. You don't think that this is affecting you also? Like I've heard all kinds of crazy stuff. All I want you guys to do is go out there and vote with education, vote with resources. Don't just do it because of loyalty. Don't do it because your mom or your dad or your cousin or whoever said to vote this way and you didn't do your own research. Do your own research. It's not too late. Open up that ballot book. Make sure you're looking at every proposition. Make sure you understand everything. Make sure you're picking people who are going to impact change within your community and even in your own life. So thank you guys just for listening, and I hope you guys listen through this whole video because what I had to say needed to be said. And yes, you probably heard it. Go out and vote because all of our lives, our livelihoods, our communities, our schools depend on this funding, depend on each other and us coming together as a nation to make and create change. So thank you guys, and as always, make sure that you remind yourself that you are stronger than you feel.